drive-in. Tell them that we went to the drive-in.
While making this video, I learned of the unfortunate passing of Roger Corman. He has produced and directed so many movies. Monster from the Ocean Floor, Attack of the Crabs, Night of the Blood Beast, The Wasp Woman, 2 versions of The Little Shop of Horrors, Galaxy of Terror, and that's just to name a few. The list goes on and on. Not to mention all the cameos and acting he's done. Which reminds me, I missed pointing him out in The Wasp Woman from a few years back. I have 2 films of his planned for the season, so I figured I'd start with the one that was kinda recent, Carnosaur. Mostly known as the Jurassic Park ripoff cash-in of the 1993 movie, Carnosaur is a horror sci-fi movie that is pretty gory and has some really cool dinosaur puppets. Released by New Horizons and directed by Adam Simon, with some parts directed by Darren Patrick Mully, it spawned 2 sequels, so it can't be that bad. Right? Simple title screen with creepy sound effects. Okay, we're off to a good start. Oh wow, this is based off a novel too. I did not know that. We open with a bunch of government officials discussing Dr. Chiptree. This is Fallon, played by Ned Bellamy, and he looks like he's gonna be our bad guy. Nice Coke product placement, and that happens a lot through this movie. Maybe I should do a product placement tally, see how high that gets. We meet Dr. Tiptree, played by Diane Ladd, and she's hard at work doing something. A lot happens fast, so to sum up the first 10 minutes is she's using chickens to create some sort of dinosaur disease. But these guys don't know that. One of the fellows loading the truck is Slim, played by Clint Howard.
The best tackler I've seen since Joe Montana.
Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot.
This truck driver is played by, well, he gets picked off pretty quick, so, I'm not worried about him. We also get this little green filter as the dinosaur vision throughout the movie. Fly over to our lead man, Doc Smith, played by Raphael Sabrag. I think that's how you say that. He's got some trouble with his excavation equipment due to the local environmentalists.
Hold it! I got a gun! I can't shoot for shit! Aim for your legs and blow your brains out.
He catches one, somehow being totally tanked. And this is Anne, played by Jennifer Ranu. Doc calls the sheriff to come pick her up. The sheriff is played by Harrison Page. He's a little busy at the moment, tied up with that first kill. Doc passes out, and she makes a getaway.
Drunk.
This movie has a lot of quick scenes throughout it, and a lot of quick characters, so I'll do my best to get them all in. I'm trying, I promise. The next day, Doc and Flowers go to the protesters' group to find the people from last night. But he doesn't turn Anne in.
So is she here?
No. She's not here.
Jump over to these 3 kids, driving and drinking. How nice. Then back over to Doc and Ann. She comes to say thank you for not turning her in the night before. She tells him that where this whole excavation thing is going on used to be a dinosaur migration route. He tells her that he just is a mechanic and he really doesn't give a shit. Back to the kids. So these 3 are, not on the camera for too long. His 3rd kid crawls away, and we'll get back to him in a little bit. Fallon gets word of the truck driver, but he's really not too worried. Doc tries to make it up to Anne by offering her a ride home. Man, he's a real romancer. They come across one of the kids from earlier, the one that tried to crawl away. He's pretty torn up and unfortunately only speaks Spanish. The company sends out these 2 fellows to try to find the rampaging dinosaur, or rampaging chicken. They don't really know it's a dinosaur just yet. These 2 employees of the month are Swanson, played by Andrew Morgan, and Peregrine, played by Brett Hinkle. And the dinosaur is a lot bigger now, and they don't last too long. Like I said, this movie jumps around a lot, and this guy's name is Jesse, played by Frank Novak. And his daughter was the girl that was killed earlier, and he somehow is wrapped up in this with Dr. Tiptree. Well, he doesn't stay very long, and we don't really get to know him because... Doc has had enough of this hippie shit. This time they tie themselves to the excavators, and he's had enough of it. So he goes to the closest diner, and look who's inside, Slim again.
Heard that kid you found is all carved up like a Christmas turkey.
You've been watching too many of them Italian zombie flicks.
Good reference. Back at the dig site, the hippie sit-in isn't going as well as planned.
Greetings, Green Brother.
And the gore level in this movie just delivered. Doc comes back and only finds Anne alive. Not long after that, the raptor, I think that's what this thing is, jumps in his trailer and tries to get her. But where the hell did Doc go? He finds the two company workers dead on the side of the road, and then somehow sneaks into Tiptree's lab using one of the driver's dead bodies.
Surprise.
So apparently, she has concocted a sickness from the dinosaurs mixed with the chicken eggs, and that's how she's going to plan to spread it. Pretty creative, I suppose. It's supposed to attack women because, they give birth, so if you kill off all the women, the men will eventually die out.
So you're gonna give the Earth back to the dinosaurs?
And it looks like the sheriff got some of those bad eggs. Which reminds me, speaking of all these chickens, bye-bye, Slim. Wow, 45 minutes in, and we've already had 9 dead. Well, there's actually more. I think he ended up killing all the hippies back at the site, but I couldn't count them all up. I think besides Day of the Triffids and The Invisible Man, this movie might have one of the highest body counts we've done. The military shows up and quarantines the town.
She was made for the dinosaurs. The Earth was scaled to their dimensions. Human beings are ants crawling through their lips.
Damn!
Like a great theme park.
So Tiptree wants to, send the Earth back to the Stone Age. But why? To save it. Yep, she fits the mad scientist description. And the sheriff is able to kill the raptor. But it gets him too. Fallon determines that the sickness will wipe out all the women on Earth in about 6 months. Man, she looks thrilled. Doc gets Tiptree to give up the antidote for the sickness. When he tries to escape, he runs right into the T-Rex. But he gets away. Oh, and Tiptree, well, she gives birth, and guess what? It's not an egg. This time the dino baby goes straight up alien on her. Doc gives the cure he got from Tiptree to Anne before she has an egg. But the T-Rex followed him back to his trailer. Now it's time to fight this Saurus. Both Doc and Anne jump into a Bobcat loader and the fight is on. This fight kind of reminds me of the Crater Lake monster battle.
Lord almighty, what have I got myself into?
Honestly, the T-Rex looks pretty good here. And man, they fucked that giant chicken up.
I hate wildlife.
So I gotta say before this ends, I didn't like the ending. The cleanup guys show up and waste Doc and Ann. I get they want to stop the dino disease, but this was a bit too much. She had the antidote.
Not to mention they come through and waste the rest of the town too. Watch this. Holy shit, look at that body count rise.
The end. Oh, that's cool though. The credits are going upside down backwards. I like that. The only real issue I have with this movie, besides the ending, is it jumps around from scene to scene really fast. Some scenes will be like 3 seconds, and you won't see those characters again. You'll be like, what were they doing here? I wish I could have explained more of the characters that we see, but we only see them for a few seconds, and we'd be here all day if I did that. The story isn't a full Jurassic Park ripoff, so I think the story is actually really good. It's more of a dinosaur disease to wipe out man, as opposed to man bringing back the dinosaurs for like a park, zoo kind of idea. The gore is in this movie for sure, and the dinosaurs do look pretty good. A couple times the puppets look funny, but overall not bad. The acting is solid too. I get a kick out of Fallon. Overall, this movie is pretty alright. Do I recommend it? Yeah, it's a solid film overall. Maybe a 7 out of 10. But like I always say, grab a pizza and some beers and check out Carnosaur.